Hello, everybody. This is Joe Eaton from the Eaton Family Facebook Genealogy Group. I focus on the descendants of John and Joan Eaton that migrated from Wales in the 1680s. If this is a subject of interest to you, then you might want to listen in. It's about 10 minutes, probably less, of British and Welsh history, and so I want to make just a couple quick notes. First of all, it's really stitched together three separate presentations, so you might notice that I concentrate specifically on the people and events that I felt were most important to the Eaton family in terms of history and their eventual departure from Britain. So, a lot of this is opinion and conjecture, and I took a certain amount of liberties with history. All of the people and places are true, and the events. I just tried to consolidate and concentrate. Right, we're doing 150 years of history in 3 slides, so I'm sure you guys will grant me a little latitude. Sources. I owe some sources, so eventually I will be redoing a couple of these slides. I missed just a couple and I couldn't find them, and I really wanted to get this out to you guys. Um, if anybody wants to join, all the information is on the screen. Otherwise, here we go. I hope you guys enjoy this presentation, and let me know what you think. All right, see you on the other side. Okay, so in this short slide, I want to talk about the 16th century people and events that impacted the future migration of the Eaton family from Wales in 1683. There's 4 people I want to talk about in the entire century: King Henry VIII, Catherine of Aragon, Anne Boleyn, and Pope Clement VII. Here's history. King Henry is married to Catherine, and one of their responsibilities is to produce the next male heir to sit on the throne. However, they fail. Catherine becomes of a certain age. King Henry, as a result, turns his attention to a young lady, by the name of Anne Boleyn, who is 15 years younger than Catherine. So King goes to the Pope and says, "Pope, I'm trying to save my reign here. Would you please annul my marriage to Catherine so I can marry Anne?" The Pope effectively says no, and it's against the tenets of the Roman Catholic Church, and sends the king home. The king has a hissy fit, and he starts the English Reformation and Civil War. That lasts for 70 years. Now, when the smoke clears and the Civil War is over, the Church of England comes into existence. Excuse me, and the Britain cuts all ties with the Roman Catholic Church in favor of their own Church of England. It also established the King of England as the supreme leader of both the Kingdom of Britain and the new Church of England. So it consolidated all of their power. The most important thing to take away from this is that it truly outlawed with extreme prejudice all of the religions outside of the Church of England, or what they called the Anglican Church as well. In my next video, I'm going to fast forward 67 years in history. We're going to continue our ride. We're getting close to the end. See you then. Okay, we're going to do the 17th century in 2 slides. This is slide 1. Our stars are English Parliament, King Charles II, and the Church of England. Here's what happened. The Civil War is over. King Charles II is the first king to take the English throne back since the Civil War. I want to make sure he said that right. And he comes into power. Now, he's a very liberal king. If it was up to him, everybody would live in peace and harmony as it relates to their religions. He really wanted that for his people. However, the English Parliament had just won a massive English Civil War, and they insisted that the Church of England was now the Church of England. So they effectively forced King Charles II to pass the Clarendon Code. Now, I'm not going to go into the Clarendon Code here. It's very complex, but as you can see the dates. They're all listed there. If you want to take a moment and study them, it's an interesting subject. But the effect of the code was the Clarendon Code effectively ended any possibility of the Anglican Church, that being the Church of England, and nonconformists, i.e. Baptists and Quakers, coming together under one religious and social banner. The religions of Britain were deeply polarized, and the religious intolerance was an ever-present feature of British life for the next century. So that ends my slide for today. It's a little early. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop right here. However, there's bonus footage. Just like at the end of your favorite Marvel movie, I have a hidden feature, and I hope you'll stay aboard and watch a few slides. I think you'll find them very enlightening. And then we'll do one more slide and we'll close up shop. All right, talk to you guys soon. Okay, let's do 17th century part 2. King Charles is still with us. We're going to add Admiral William Penn and his son, Sir William Penn, to our story. Here's how history went. King Charles II apparently had a bit of a gambling problem, and he lost a great deal of money at the card table to his friend, Admiral William Penn. So much money, in fact, that the king was unable to pay Admiral Penn what he owed him in cash. So the king said, "Listen, I have this huge chunk of land in the new world I can offer you." And their admiral said, "Yes, I will accept that offer. My son has had some interesting ideas for a new colony, and so we are going to accept your offer." So in 1681, the king signed over what would later become Pennsylvania over to the admiral. The admiral, in turn, quickly turns it over to his son, who names Pennsylvania after his dad. So what happened? What happened next is our savior, Sir William Penn, began his holy experiment. Here's a quote from him. "You are now fixed at the mercy of no governor that comes to make his fortune great. You shall be governed by laws of your own making, and live a free, and if you will, a sober and industrious life. I shall not assert the right of any or oppress this person. God has furnished me with a better resolution, and has graced has given me his grace to keep it." What he's saying here effectively is that, listen, God has granted me this gift, and I turn it over to you. He promised everybody the right to practice their religion in peace. And of course, that was a huge part of the U.S. Constitution. That wraps it up, guys. I know I went over. I apologize. We're done. We're up to speed, and from here we're going to talk about John and Joan. I'll see you guys soon. All right, guys, so that pretty much wraps it up from my perspective. Moving forward from here, we are going to leave English history and move into Eton history, specifically John and Joan's landscape, as you were, historical landscape, their environment, and what was happening specifically to them in their neighborhood. And I really look forward to presenting that stuff to you. I'm glad we got to this point because really this is my focus now. We can move into what we know about our ancestors. So look forward to my next video. I hope you guys enjoy these slides. I did it pretty quick, I think, and I think I got my point across. So we'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.